Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another new book, Who Dis? I am your host, Death Metal Hero, and with me this evening, I've got Red Gaze and NyRiam, and we're talking about Sunsworn, Wings of Vengeance. What's going on, guys?
How's it going, Luke?
That's good to see you. I'm working on my intros. Gotta build the hype.
Okay, can you do just one word in that voice, or are you able to do like a full intro in that?
You mean can I speak like this? Yes, I can.
Okay, go on. You're doing very well.
That's like Mumra. Curse the Thundercats. Do it.
Mumra the ever-living.
Oh my god, CG is full of voice actors.
Well, you know what's funny? I enjoy cartoons so much that I can pick out voice actors. Like if I recognize a certain voice, my mind will needle at it until I come up with the other character that I know that voice did. That's how I figured out what's his name did Michelangelo did the Tick on the Tick animated series. And I cannot remember his name off the top of my head. Also, the guy that did Leonardo in the original Ninja Turtles cartoon did the voice for Liquid Snake in the Metal Gear Solid franchise. Cal McDonald. I remember his name.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
this happened to me. This happened to me while watching Cartoon Network. Like sometimes you recognize the same character, being voiced. But like more characters being voiced by the same actors. So.
Oh yeah. Well, it's I don't know. I don't know if it's a huge pool of voice actors because there's like, I don't know, maybe 24 voice actors that seem to get all the work in all the voice acting. Like what's his name? That does Nathan Drake. Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank.
It's funny you said 24 because as soon as you said that, I saw 24 eyes pop up in the chat. That was just very interesting
awesome.
How that works.
Yeah. That's right. We got to say hi to the chat. Unhinged, our boy Jason says, at work, liked and shared. Thanks, homie. Appreciate you. Yo, suckers. We got J Money in the house. What's going on, brother? Skull Flying Feline. You drunk ass copycat. What's up, Wolverine? What's going on, 24 Eyes? Welcome. And Joe Sontag. What's up, brother? Hail. So what are you guys up to today besides on the campaign trail? Like is today been a work day or has this been an all day like going and doing shows and promoting?
Nah, every day's kind of a combination, right? Like it's because of course we have actual jobs as well. So it's a work day plus a work day plus a work day plus a work day plus a maybe get some time to hang out.
Yeah, maybe some luxuries 4 hours of sleep or so.
Wait! 4 hours of sleep?
Yeah.
That's
I'm kind of being very generous, lately. So, yeah, what to say?
I'm lucky if I can get like 3.5, but whatever.
Oh, okay. So I guess I've been sleeping too long. Damn.
I mean, compared to what I get, yeah.
She did say luxury.
That's true, luxury. I would be a voice actor. Sounds fun as hell. Yeah, actually, it does. There's a documentary on, I think it's Amazon, that says I Know That Voice, and it goes through it. It shows all these different voice actors, and they've done like the majority of all the cartoons that we all grew up with.
Yeah, well, that's the funny thing, right? Because I can probably only name like a handful of actual voice actors. What's up, Carla? But I know what you're talking about. Like I can recognize the voice and be like, okay, that was the dude that played, so and so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I suck at people's actual names.
Well, I used to annoy the piss out of my ex-wife. We'd be watching something, and especially on the Venture Brothers. We'd be watching the Venture Brothers, and somebody would start talking and be like, I know that voice. And in my head, the gears turn, and I'm not even really paying attention to the story. The gears turn, and I'm thinking about the voice. And all of a sudden, I'll just blurt it out, and she'd just look at me. And she'd be like, can I watch the cartoon? Can I just watch? Fine, sorry. Fuck. So, yeah, I mean, it's gotten me in trouble. What's up, Lord Crackhead? Good to see you, homie. Thanks for
Okay, seriously, I would probably mind less, or I wouldn't mind if you started to voice act over the cartoon, but I don't know.
No, I never went that far. I was never quite arrogant enough to, essentially draw over somebody's work.
Why? Why? You just mute the cartoon. You just mute the cartoon and do it.
Oh, well, see, I would for practice, like, do you guys remember Pride of the X-Men? Like the cartoon, the pilot back in like 85, 86 for the X-Men.
I've been in comics for 2 years or so I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's fine. It's a cartoon. It's a cartoon that aired when I was a kid, and they only made one. They made a pilot episode. The animation was fantastic, but I always hoped they'd do a second episode. The biggest qualm I had with that cartoon was they made Wolverine Australian. Not that I have anything wrong with my Australian brothers. But
I wasn't getting it until you said that, and that rings a bell. I think I might have seen this at some point in my life.
Yes, you know what I'm talking about. Because Kitty Pryde shows up, and then the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants shows up and attacks the mansion because the X-Men have been, summoned away to Asteroid M to fight Pyro and the Blob and the White Queen. I mean, it was a well done cartoon. It was definitely like the peak '80s X-Men, like Claremont and Byrne type X-Men. Wolverine's in his brown and tan costume.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Yeah, that and the Weapon X, the black and silver with the red eyes. That's my other favorite costume. But yeah, if you don't remember it, go watch it. But I used to pretend to be Wolverine doing the lines because he's not supposed to be Australian. So yes, I would do what you said. I would mute it and then I would say the lines.
Honestly, I'm a more of a manga and anime fan, and what really grinds my gear is when English-speaking people, English voice actors are trying to voice act something that was originally, dubbed in Japanese, and I'm like,
yeah.
No, don't.
Oh, okay. So you're a sub snob. You gotta have the Japanese voice acting and the subtitles.
Yes. Oh. Honestly, I think I can explain it.
I prefer the dubs. It's too much work reading all those subtitles.
Well, sometimes I can understand. Sometimes I can understand. But like my counterpoint is always Cowboy Bebop. The dub for Cowboy Bebop is fucking great. Like, but they got some really good voice actors to do that.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out.
Please.
But I had a similar problem with Deadpool, which is one of my favorite movies. And you could definitely hear that Ryan Reynolds was just enjoying that role, that he was in love with being Deadpool. And then they took it and they dubbed it in my native language, and even our neighbors Czech, right, native language. Yeah. So, and when I was listening to it, I was like, no.
It's all wrong.
I just shut it down after 5 minutes. So
yeah. Oh no, that's that bad.
Yeah.
What up, Past Master Dan? Let's see. That's why English dub is so bad in anime. Yeah, they can be. They used to be a lot worse though, because I actually kind of dipped out of anime around like 2000, I think. Like, because I used to love like Cowboy Bebop, Trigun. And I was renting anime
from epic. Come on, I was crying laughing.
Oh yeah, it starts out really funny and jokey, and then gets really fucking serious at the end.
Yeah, but the moments are still there. That's just the way how they do it.
See, Carlos.
Thanks, Carla.
Yeah. See, okay, you guys can be the original dub and sub snobs. That's fine. Go ahead.
Of course.
Yeah,
You got a problem with that, bro?
No, not at all. I mean, this is something that's been around since they were selling anime on VHS. Oh yes, I'm that old. I used to rent anime from Blockbuster on VHS. Those are a couple of old words for you youngins out there.
Oh yeah, you and me both,
Average
man.
Bob remembers.
You remember when sci-fi was actually good and ran decent anime on Saturdays?
Dude, that's where I first saw Ghost in the Shell. And then I found it at Blockbuster and actually got to see the unedited version of Ghost in the Shell. And then Akira. Like those two, like to start off with, and then Armitage 3. Did you ever see that one?
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
The dub of that one had Kiefer Sutherland doing one of the voices. And it got like a big theater release back in the day. I mean, it was unheard of for anime back then. But yeah, when I discovered that Dragon Ball Z kind of went on to like infinity after the Frieza saga, I was like, yeah, I don't have time for this, and I kind of just dropped out of anime altogether after that. So yeah, just started. I think I discovered Vertigo books, and I just started reading a bunch of comics.
Yeah, gotta like that progression, right? Because it's like we almost grew up for a minute, and then we're like, nah, fuck that, fuck that.
Fuck that shit. I still like my stories. I just want them to be, bloodier and gorier. Yeah, Ninja Scroll Dub was
I'm
good.
gonna keep you in the thought that I'm that young, because in my hometown I have like this huge pile of VHS. So,
Well, I mean, I still have a bunch of VHS. I mean,
That's
they're
because
right up over there.
You just got DVD like 2 years ago. That's why.
You call me a snob, and you have originals. Mine are all pirated and recorded.
All right, so maybe I am a snob. Actually, a lot of those are old, like old Hammer horror films on VHS, because there was a VHS swap meet at a place here a few years ago. So I got a bunch of old Vincent Price. Right. So I got some Vincent Price and all those. Yeah, been a while since I've looked through them, but yeah, they're fun. I mean, I still have a working VCR. Surprisingly. Let's see. So much emotion is lost in dubs. I fucking hate dubs.
Exactly. Yes. Thank you.
Red, they are riled up about this.
They're relentless. Yeah, it's a real thing. Like these anime fans get really upset if you like the dubs.
Japanese people are just naturally very much into anime. They just, when they are supposed to express some kind of emotion, like wild scream, they're just gonna do it. They're just gonna roll with it. They won't be doing one thing. They just gonna.
Yeah, my hardcore anime fans from back in the day, they used to explain the same thing to me. The Japanese voice actors. I mean, this is their cinema though. Anime used to be like their big time cinema over there. It wasn't necessarily like live action stuff. Their live action stuff has come a long way since then, but this was their major cinema. So of course the voice actors are going to put their all into it, because this is their big break. This is this is big business over there. Mm-hmm. We don't have quite as much business in animation over here, which makes me sad. Do you guys remember Treasure Planet?
Oh yeah.
That era of like actual hand-drawn animation, like you had what was it, Atlantis, the Michael J. Fox was in, and all that stuff. Like it was so the animation was so good, and it was still like traditionally drawn, and they had like this like highlights of computer stuff, like this sheen to give it a little extra pop. And I don't know if it costs too much to do it that way or what. But I miss those kind of American animated movies. Everything's fucking CG now. Everything's 3D. Like that shit's boring. Like I mean it doesn't usually age well. So I don't know.
Yeah, I imagine it's awfully time consuming as well, and probably involves more. Well, I don't know if it involves more people in animation, but yeah.
I think it kind of depends what kind of story and what kind of movie it is, because my very favorite, animated movie is How to Train Your Dragon. I wouldn't change that for anything.
No, and see that works. That style works for it. And I don't know. Again, you're right. It depends on the type of movie. I miss that style of animation. Like looking at, I've got the cover here on one of my other monitors down here. Looking at the cover for Sunsworn, I could totally see this as like an animated feature done in the style of like Treasure Planet or something like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Pay me, I'm on it.
There you go. Past Master Dan, I am not familiar with Iwao Takamoto. I'm not familiar. Give me a movie that he has done. They have special training and techniques. The Japanese really put all their effort into it. Yes, they do. Hey, Lola, thanks for coming to hang out.
Of course, he's apparently he had a very, very like a lot of roles, different roles.
Yeah.
When it comes to voice acting, if I get
so
it
you got
right.
another one backing you up there. I mean, it's Cowboy Bebop. That's all I'm saying. I mean, and the Trigun dub was pretty good too. Had the Johnny Young Bosch.
I didn't like it.
Really? Oh, I enjoyed Johnny Young Bosch doing Vash. I thought he was good. But
I think the
Speed
original
Racer.
was better. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, sorry, I'm not super familiar. What like I said, I never claimed to be like super knowledgeable in anime now. You know. I know a lot about comics. I don't know a whole lot about anime. I know
I
that
get
I
the
like
sense,
it.
I get the sense you and I are kind of on the same page as far as anime. Like anime is really cool. Some of it's really good. Some of it really sucks though.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, somebody was telling me somewhere that it's an ocean of crap with a few islands of good stuff. Is how they described it. I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, well, I guess that's most stuff really, but anime seems to be very, I don't know, even more pointed when it comes to the crap versus the good stuff, because the bad stuff is really bad.
Yeah.
The good stuff is really good.
You're gonna die. I'm just looking at his name and what he's done, and apparently that's an artist who created Scooby-Doo.
Who is?
Takamoto.
Created Scooby-Doo? For real?
Yeah, I'm just reading it.
Wow.
You know, Iwao Takamoto, 81, the animation artist who created Scooby-Doo dies.
Oh, wow.
So,
Huh.
I
Didn't
guess
know
he
that.
wasn't
I guess he created Speed Racer as well, according to Past Master Dan.
Our childhood was a lie.
Right?
I always thought Scooby-Doo was so American.
Well, I mean, where Power Rangers came from, right? They exist because of Spider-Man.
Well, apparently he was a Japanese living in him, a Japanese American.
Okay. Huh. That's very cool. What's up, King Leak? Good to see you. Just imagine the Neon Revenant done in the style of heavy metal Tarna segment. Ooh. I'm familiar with Neon Genesis Evangelion, not familiar with Revenant, but that would be cool. Cool. I am down to learn about some awesome anime because, like I said, I haven't paid any attention to it in a very long time. But what I am paying attention to is this page for Sunsworn. How'd you like that awkward segment? That was great, right?
That was a great segue.
Wait. Where's the voice? Do it in a voice. Do it in a voice.
Sunsworn. Wings of vengeance.
You know, now that I think about it, that's much more reminiscent of Dr. Claw.
Yes.
Next time, Gadget. Next time.
There you go, man.
Yeah.
You need to audition for something, man. You know they're going to reboot it at some point. You need to be there when they do.
Well, I've been thinking about putting together a vocal reel now that I've got this this new mic, and I've got stuff to set up to like do like an actual like audio thing around so it doesn't echo. But yeah, I've always wanted to do audiobooks. That's why I was so excited, like the possibility of you getting to do an audiobook for your last campaign, because that's the only way I get novels in. Like I've got so many fucking comics to read, and you have to look at a comic. It's a visual medium. You got to look at a comic to read it. An audiobook, on the other hand, I can mow the lawn, do the dishes, drive. I can sit and draw. I'll look at pieces of work that I've done in the past, and I will hear snippets of the audiobook I was listening to while I was working on that, So audiobooks are my favorite way to get novels in.
The best thing about audiobooks when you're mowing the lawn, it's just in the end of book you realize you mowed the whole neighborhood. So.
Oh yeah, exactly. Whole lawn's done, and I didn't even realize it. Yeah, just let it go on autopilot. It's great.
I do still intend to get that audiobook in there some way, somehow. I just got to find the time.
Excellent. Because that's exciting. Because like I said, that's how I get all of my novels in. Even what was it? American Gods author's preferred text with a full cast. So it's straight up like an unabridged audiobook, but done with a full cast of characters, which is just amazing. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to stop gushing about audiobooks now. We're going to play this trailer. Damn, dude, you are good at those fucking trailers. Like, holy shit, dude! Every time I see a trailer, and you know, so I asked somebody, it's like, oh yeah, Red Gaze did that for me. I'm like, aha, of course he did. It's awesome. That's all I know.
And that's why, as a teacher, I'm asking you, why did you say it was good? Good is worth 3.
Good is worth 3.
Yeah, like Mark.
Why did I say it was good? Because it kept my attention. It felt epic, visually striking. The music and the visuals at the same time. You know, the way it came together. Yeah,
So
kept my attention.
It should be A as amazing and awesome.
Yeah, sure. It was great. It was grandiose, magnificent. All right. So, what is the inspiration for this story? Like, what is? Where did this come from? Because obviously, it's got elements of fantasy and science fiction. So I'm wicked curious, Bob. Wicked curious.
That's always been my bread and butter, right? Like I love fantasy, I love sci-fi, but the intermingling of the two is what I love the most. I really just dig it because it's got everything I love in one place. And I mean, obviously, Star Wars is an influence for this. That's been an influence for everything I've ever done creatively, just because I've been a fan of Star Wars since I was 3 years old.
Right.
And it's just, I mean, it was such an epic franchise. Just the stories are so memorable. The characters are so memorable. Everything about it was awesome. But
yeah, see, my name's Luke, so I grew up loving Star Wars. My dad would Luke, I am your father. You're not funny, Dad. I'm hilarious. Shut up. Yeah.
I seriously need to rewatch it.
Jokes. Yeah. The original trilogy is great. I like the prequel series, and I disavow the new trilogy completely. I mean, I'll accept like Rogue One and Solo, but it just the Skywalker saga ended with Return of the Jedi, and The Mandalorian was a nice epilogue of what the universe is like after the Empire's gone.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, Solo was okay. I didn't hate it. I didn't like it. It was just somewhere in the middle. I was like, okay.
I knew she was gonna turn out to be a double agent, and I was hoping that it wasn't.
Whoa! No spoilers.
Oh, sorry. I was completely right. She's completely loyal the whole time. Anyway, so 52 full color pages. Now, is this the story from the novel being adapted to a graphic novel, or is this a new story?
No, this is a completely new story. It takes place between the events of the first and second novel. So, yeah, of course, I encourage everyone to get the novel, check it out, familiarize yourself with the universe that way. But you don't need to. If you don't, like you said, if you don't have time for a novel or can't get into novels, then you're going to be able to dive into this and enjoy it without having read that. Because I'm going to do something kind of reminiscent of like a Star Wars crawl at the beginning to kind of catch you up on where we are, in the universe and what's going on. So, yeah, there's no need to buy the novel to enjoy this. But yeah, definitely encouraged. There's going to be a lot of novels. I have 6 outlined at the moment, and what I plan to do is release a comic in between each novel. Just it's just supplemental material, just fun. Something to have fun with, a more visual representation of the universe. Just try to get people more involved that way as well.
People love comics, man. Obviously, I mean. And it gives a visual representation of the characters. Sometimes you have an idea of what a character might look like in your head, and then you see a drawing of it that's taken from a description in the book, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes more sense. So I love stuff like that. I love seeing the characters, and I love all this stuff. So Sirens of Sunsworn, this is your featured perk, $60. And physical copy of, what did they say? Featured tier? Anyway, 2 high quality 6x9 prints featuring NyRiam and Vinny's covers. Okay, so you got the regular cover and the variant cover. 3 exclusive trading cards. Nice. and the Sirens fold-out poster. What is the Sirens fold-out poster? Do we?
That is that itty bitty thing right there. I'll pull up an image though and show you.
Cool.
We neglected to put that on the campaign in full size. So give me just a second.
Show everything. You keep smashing it into my head for months.
Well, you can't show everything in the book, right? But you got to show things that people want. You know, you want people to buy.
You got to tantalize the senses.
Yeah,
tickle the fancy.
Not everybody knows what this poster looks like, right? So here it is, in all of its glory. This includes the three Sirens of Sunsworn, as well as the Queen of the Jakor back here. And just a cute little frame there.
Very cool.
So yeah, this what NyRiam was saying is she had wanted to call this the ultimate simp tier because, you know, for reasons, obvious reasons, right? But you know, some people wear that badge proudly. Others are kind of closeted about their simp tendencies. So I figured, you know, if we call it something classy, Sirens of Sunsworn, then everyone can feel good about purchasing that if they
Look, are you an open simp or a closed one?
I'm sorry, me?
Are you an open simp or a hidden one?
Sorry, darling. Homeboy, don't simp. So I like the title. You slide it in there. Yeah, it's good. See, I'm looking for a tier that allows me to get the first book because I didn't get the first book.
Well,
the novel.
The novel is available as an add-on. It's also available as its own tier. On this, people asked for that. They just asked to have the novel as a tier, so I went ahead and put it up there. Most of the copies I have left are, they got slight damage to them, like a little bend on the corner or a crease somewhere, wrinkle in the spine, things like that. So yeah, I put them on here for a discounted rate, and hopefully, a lot of people actually have been picking them up, so I'm glad to see that. I've been getting a lot of good reviews about the novel. And that's also something I'd like to see, obviously, but I like to see it even more because, you know, you write something, obviously you think it's good, but to hear other people praise it, I mean, like really high praise, it just really strikes a chord and keeps me going.
Well, and it's that little bit of validation. Not that that's the reason why you're doing it, because you want external validation. You had a story you want to tell, but it is cool to have people be like, "Yeah, man, that was awesome. Thanks for telling me that story." You know.
Definitely.
Because as storytellers, that's part of the reason why we do this. You know, we have a story that we want to tell, but if we don't have an audience to tell that story to, we're just talking to ourselves. And I mean, I do that sometimes, you know, get a good conversation, but you know, you can't just be talking into the void all the time. You know, you gotta have an audience. So
there's nothing wrong with trying to talk to your washing machine. The problem becomes when it starts to talk back.
I agree. Sometimes I talk to my computer when it's not working. You know,
is it talking back?
Depends on what you call talking. Sometimes it will beep at me in certain syncopated rhythms, but yeah.
Luke, I got a smoking emergency here. I got a lighter that's out of fluid.
Uh-oh.
So how about we give NyRiam a question about her line work, and I'll be back in 30 seconds.
All right. Well, then we'll talk about the main cover, the NyRiam cover. Tell me about the cover here. What's going on with the cover? Who is that? That in the background.
Yeah. Before I start talking about the actual cover, did you notice the thumbnail that you made? Like your. Okay, wait. I'm just gonna switch this.
Oh, the thumbnail for the show? Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Uh-oh.
I don't know what happened. I just tried to switch it off, but I'm just gonna have to. Like yours is like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the cover is.
Yes. I love hands. Hands are one of my favorite things to draw.
This was a kind of challenge.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's fun because you can tell so much emotion. You can get so much emotion across. Like there's so much menace with that hand coming, you know, over the top, you know.
So what do you read from this? From how to translate?
Wait a minute. I'm supposed to be asking you questions.
Yeah, and I'm a woman, so I just answered you with a question. So.
Oh, all right. I mean, you want to take over the show? I mean, I can go take a smoke break. You want to interview Red? I mean, we can do that. I'm cool with that.
Just answer the question, Luke. What do you get out of the cover here?
I get epic fantasy and badassery. I mean, I get the cool aspects of the Masters of the Universe movie. How about that?
That's great. That's great because I mean, obviously, you can tell that's also an influence for Sunstorm. Yeah, so, man. I like all that classic stuff, man. He-Man, Thundercats, even some Silverhawks. I'd say, mix it up with Star Wars, a little bit of Green Lantern thrown in there. Just there's just a hodgepodge of a lot of things influence different characters and just mechanisms of the universe.
Well, see that's what happens when you're well read. You pick up from a lot of different places. That's what they call stealing like an artist.
Right?
It's doing research, but you're reading. You're picking up different things here and there. You're experiencing different worlds, and it does influence you. There's a band, I can't remember what the name of the band was, but there was an interview that the lead singer was like, "No, I don't even listen to metal, man, because I don't want their stuff influencing my stuff." And I thought that was just the most asinine thing in the world, because how the fuck do you know what's out there if you're not listening to your peers, if you're not reading what's going on? How do you know where you stand? Like, you can be up your own ass and think that you know everything, and that's great, but chances are you don't. So you have to be well read. You have to be well listened to, be able to do this, at least in my opinion.
Absolutely. No, I think you're right. What I don't do is when I'm actually in the process of writing, that's when I avoid reading other material. Yes. So because I don't want that, I don't want to read something and be like, oh, that's a great idea, and just subconsciously stuff it in there, because I don't want none of that. I'll just go by what's already in my head, and go from there.
I don't know. For me, it's kind of double-edged sword, because you need some kind of inspiration to, like you said, to compare with your peers, but on the other hand, like, you're not gonna avoid the fact that you're just gonna copy something from, because that's what necessarily happened, right? Like, it happens, like, where you see something and you adapt it, you may change it, but the idea is there, right?
Well, I mean, when things exist in what I call the idea space, I mean, look at what is it, Armageddon and Deep Impact, 2 movies about like meteors hitting the Earth. They came out like almost at the same fucking time, and they're similar ideas. They're not exactly the same, but they're very similar ideas. Yeah. So once you have an idea in the idea space, it's just somebody else is going to have it out there, and there are no original stories, theoretically. I mean, there's only 5 stories in the entirety anyway. It's what is it? Man versus man, man versus nature, man versus God, man versus monster, man versus himself. Yep. Thanks, Red. You knew what I was talking about.
You're welcome. Yeah, and you see that all the time, right? Like when they announce big movies that are about to come out, you go into Walmart and you see like some cheap knockoff there immediately already on the shelf.
Yep.
Like when they Clash of the Titans, when they were remaking that happened.
Oh yeah.
I think it happened with Troy. It happens all the time.
Well, they put things out in the trades, and so people start sniffing around trying to figure out what's going on, and they start putting things together so they can catch the wave, as it were.
Yep, monopolize.
Exactly. All right, NyRiam, you never answered my question about the cover here. Like, tell me the design process on the cover.
The design process is usually the same. I just start sketching, then I ink it, then I make a neat sketch, and then I ink it, and then I color it.
Okay, so are you working traditional into digital, or are you working purely?
Kind of depends. Yeah. I've been drawing for so many years that I can do traditional. You'll see it a little bit down on a page, So, yeah.
All right, so you can get the main cover for $25, and that also comes with the prints. That's awesome.
Yep, every tier on this except for the novel tier will come with print art of both covers.
And digital.
Yeah, and digital, of course, yeah.
Right.
I mean, you'll get both covers in the digital package, but you're not going to get a physical print.
Right. And both covers for $50. Very cool. Now, does everything come signed? Or...
Everything will come signed by me, but if we hit 20K, NyRiam there's going to get on a plane and Yeah, they will all be signed by both of us.
Well, there we go. Where are we at right now? We are at 7,000. All right. Come on. 20K, y'all. Okay, so these are the pages.
Yep. I kind of specialize more into, when it comes to comics, into black and white space, because my very first comic that I did was also black and white. So we kind of agreed on the fact that I'm going to be doing the inks, the sketches and the inks. And we have a colorist, right? And her name is Mika from Barbersco Studios, and she's doing amazing colors. So.
Yeah, no, I like it. One of my biggest pet peeves about colors in comics recently has been that they sometimes seem to override the line work. You know what I mean? Like it gets this almost candy shellac over it, and it's like, this looks like early 2000s like coloring stuff now. And I realize the colorist wants to do something and add something to it, but when you're working with line work, you're supposed to enhance it. You're supposed to make it pop. You're not supposed to, override it. Like, as an artist, I want to see that line work. So I dig the black and white. I dig being able to see the comparison here.
I think I noticed, like when you zoom in some parts, she did what you just mentioned, right? But she has such a great sense of, that feeling where she's allowed to do it to uplift the story a little bit more, the picture, and where she needs to keep it, dark and black.
Absolutely, and that's how you have a good colorist, when they can work with the art. The funny thing about it is she's practically all she got was like reference pictures, right? But most of the cases she doesn't even get like too many instructions or at all, like what to do. Okay.
So I mean, she's doing some brutal job.
Oh yeah,
it's looking good. Ooh, big purple dragon.
There's gonna be more.
I like dragons. I mean, I've always had fun drawing dragons, and I like seeing them in comics. There was one of these books over here had settlers moving to a different planet, and they come from a technologically advanced planet, but once they get to this planet, like the atmosphere kind of fucks with all their tech, so they're kind of back in the Stone Age a little bit, and they've got to contend with all these different critters, and there's this like giant dragon thing that this chick eventually learns how to ride, and it's pretty cool, so I dig stuff like that.
Well, you kind of missed the traditional of a dragon, but there's gonna be more.
Excellent.
Be more. Yeah, I'm just want to show you.
Okay.
Okay, so this is some traditional ink of a dragon.
Ooh. Very nice.
Yeah, there's gonna be more because we're slowly sliding into second 30 days, right? So.
Excellent. I'm seeing a T-shirt up here. So is that only available in the Total Onslaught package, or is that going to be like an add-on? Because I like T-shirts.
Yeah, as far as the tiers, it's only in that tier, but yes, it is an add-on. Pretty much everything you see on the campaign, except for the Sirens of Sunsworn prints and trading cards, are available as add-ons as well.
Red, can you also see this beautiful fantastic blue card, on his forearm, ready to shop? We're gonna do the shopping, ladies.
No, I'm not one of those high-pressure salesmen. Somebody has me on a stream. I just appreciate the fact you had me on a stream. So thank you very much.
I was just kidding.
Absolutely,
Come
man.
on.
Thank you for coming to hang out. It's been a while since I'm not sure if we've ever actually gotten to stream together.
I think we have.
We did.
I don't remember. I kind of remember being on a stream with you and Vinny once.
Oh, you know what? I probably was on one of Vinny's shows. That's yeah. I haven't been on Vinny's show in a while. He comes and hangs out on Topicless every now and then. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'll toss him the link. He'll show up, and then the show will just like immediately get real raunchy, and I'll be like, "Yeah, you're glad you clicked that link, aren't you, Vinny?" He's like, "Man, every fucking time."
There's a common denominator there, right? It must be Vinny.
I didn't say that. You know what? It's always good to see Vinny though. He killed it on his variant cover. Look at that.
Oh yeah,
These
yeah.
these are
He
both
does
great
beautiful
covers.
work.
Yeah. Speaking of beautiful work, look at these cards.
Speaking of, these are by the one and only Carla Tornielli.
Hell yeah. Got the AAT right there. Actually, all three of them. Hot damn. You know, the funny thing about all these cards is I'm actually going to have to get like binder pages again to put all these cards away because I've got Cyberfrog cards, I've got cards from Chrono Mechanics and Black and White, and there's going to be cards coming from Black Flag. So yeah, it's kind of cool. It's almost as if we're resurrecting the card collecting market as well.
Yeah. I can't remember the last time I actually bought trading cards from a store. It's been years.
Well, my dad and I used to go to the card shop downtown, and we would buy like boxes of cards, like the Marvel Universe cards or the Spider-Man cards, and we'd sit down and we'd open them up and we'd see if we got the entire set, and usually we got the entire set and most of the chase cards, and then we would take all the doubles and we'd go down there and we'd trade them and we'd get all the chase cards. It was a fun thing, and then. I guess the bottom of the card market just kind of dropped out around like the year 2000. But I mean, to be fair, they kind of got real cheap. Like, real cheap and real thin. So yeah. But I mean, Marvel, what is it? Marvel Masterpieces. Joe Jusko just did a set in 2018, and they're gorgeous cards. But they wanted something like $300 for the box of cards. I was like, no. So I went ahead and bought the book for like $40. It has like the full size, and process breakdowns of each one of the paintings. Oh yeah.
That's the way to do it. Yeah,
That's
Masterpiece was one of the last sets that I actually collected, and I mean that the old Masterpiece.
Yeah.
I can't even remember the year on that, but I got them sitting on the shelf.
Oh man, God. I think they probably stopped printing those in like 99, like 98. Because I've got a few binders back there. You know what? I'm gonna have to actually like do a video of all the cards that I have from back in the day, just because it's been a while since I've looked at them, and they're not worth anything except for the reference material.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So. All right. So I was going to ask, is there any traditional art being sold on the campaign, or is it all gone?
Yeah, so far it's gone.
It's all gone at the moment. There's going to be a little more here and there probably, but right now it's all gone.
Excellent. Wow, you got a lot of sold out tiers here. Holy crap. All right. Book and sketch card for $65. Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, that last sketch card's been hanging on. The rest of them went pretty quick.
They're of size of a trading card. Just so you know.
Yeah. See, more trading cards. Oh,
how can I turn this off? I can show the trading cards.
Oh, your green screen. You gotta. I don't know if you're going through OBS or if you're going through.
Yeah, just click off your visual background. You'll be good.
Yeah.
I can see those.
Very cool. I like that one. Nice. Yeah, I like the horned helmet. That's very cool.
Have you seen this one? This is the very first one that's been made.
Ooh, yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
What is that character's name?
That is Aster Sunsworn. He's kind of the main character of the story.
I thought so.
Yeah, I'm not usually someone to name, like a, I guess you'd call it a franchise or an IP after an actual character, but there's reasons for that. I'll just say that. I don't want to get too into it because let's just say it becomes a little bit more of an idea than a surname.
Make the cover bigger, please. Which cover? Was that a long time ago? Am I not paying attention? Thanks for hanging out, Lola. All right, did we get all the way down here to the bottom? somebody nervously shaking? Is it an earthquake? What's
I
happening?
think that's Katie's auto zoom.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to turn it off.
Oh wow, that was auto zoom.
Yeah, I have a camera with built-in autofocus, and
Interesting.
it has some kind of little engine that's okay. So this is Beanie's.
Her camera has Tourette's.
That's what it sounded like. Okay. Just sounded like it was.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
This one belongs to Beanie. And this is the second one.
Yeah. Like that hand is good hand.
Yeah. That was the first thing I said, that hand, because what I initially told Katie is let's get like the three main characters and just have them like surrounded by dragons, like in a dire situation. I think that would make a cool cover. And she's like, well, I have an idea. Check this out. And she came back with this. And I was like, yeah, do that instead.
Johnny Cage.
Nice. What's up, Johnny Cage? Thanks for coming to hang out.
I can't argue with this man.
My chat. Hail Vinny the Tank. What? What the hell is going on in my chat?
Hey, Vinny's the Tank King now? When did that happen?
No, see, this is what I get, for not paying attention. That's what I get.
And hail Brian, by the way, and Johnny Cage. What's up, guys?
It's only like 13 minutes ago. Fine. Shut up. Running the show here, but thank you. Anyway. Where were we? Okay. So all of this traditional art is the gone.
Yep.
Look at you with your fancy like flipping images here. Wow.
NyRiam put that together as well. I mean, in case you couldn't tell, she put together the entire layout for the campaign.
Okay.
So.
Well, I mean, I had to crop crop the cover of your book out of the very large image that I was able to grab from the campaign.
If you ever have that issue again, just hit me up. I'll send you an image.
All right, cool. Yeah.
We just made it a little bit, you just have to put a little effort into it.
Just a little bit, yeah. Just a little bit of effort.
That's still enough to be a pain in the ass there, so I understand.
Yeah. Well, it's a quick little Photoshop. It's just that's why I had to make it for 6:10 instead of for 6 o'clock, because I just missed the 30-minute window for YouTube to be like, hey, 30 minutes from now. So I was like, balls. All right. There will also be a PDF option. Ooh, so you can get a physical version or you can get a PDF version of the first book.
Yep.
That's
yeah.
Great.
There's a PDF as an add-on.
Excellent. All right. So I got the first stretch goal, got the second stretch goal, foil trading card, Trip Vengeance. How do you say his last name? Vengeance. Okay, yeah. Vengeance. Okay.
Most of the characters you're seeing in these are some kind of variant of characters I've actually had in role-playing games in the past.
Nice. No,
that's where I got most of the names as well.
That's a great way to do it. One of my favorite comics ever, Poison Elves. The main character Lucifer. He was Drew Hayes's D&D character. He got so OP that he wasn't allowed to use him in the game anymore, just because he would kill everything in one hit. So yeah, he had to retire him. All right, so die cat sticker. Oh, nice. So is this going to be a vinyl sticker, or?
Yes, yeah, it's going to be vinyl. We're inching toward that sticker right there.
Yeah.
I want that sticker.
Very cool. Got a lot more stickers now than I know what to do with. I mean, between all the Lady Death campaigns that I've backed and all the other Indiegogo projects I've backed, I've got so many stickers.
Yeah,
so
that's the thing, right? Because we were wrestling with the stretch goals on this, just because I'm like, well, do people? I don't know, because it seems like some people are interested in trading cards, some people say no, trading cards suck. Some people want stickers, some people don't want stickers. So I just we kind of rested on these stretch goals. because I don't know. I look at it as stretch goals are more of a thank you than anything, right? Like they're not necessary, but it's just like an extra, thank you for getting us there. So
right,
obviously the main treasure here is the book, and I can say that very confidently with what Katie's doing, with what Mika's doing, with what even with what I'm doing. I'll have throw a little ego out there. This is going to be a great book.
Absolutely. And I do agree. As the stretch goals are a thank you. It's like the the icing on top of the already good thing that you're looking forward to. Right. It's like, I don't know, for lack of a better analogy, it's like the really good cup of coffee that's kind of a dessert coffee that you're looking forward to because you don't really drink them all the time, and then all the stretch goals are like the whipped cream on top that just adds the extra. I mean, if I'm gonna go all out.
The marshmallows and the hot chocolate.
Exactly. So, any of you guys out there in the chat got any questions? Since I haven't been paying attention, apparently.
It's a lot of conversation about the Paint King.
Yeah, I thought he was the fulfillment king or the booty king. I didn't realize it had gone to taint. So the Taint King caught you with your pants down. Oh Lord! Like,
hey, when that happens,
that's exactly what I'm saying. Wow. Okay. Just getting wild up in here. Poison Elves was hilarious. Yeah, it was a great book, man. It's one of my favorites. It's one I have to go back and reread every few years. Just black and white, just Drew, he did it by himself for the first couple of years, and then he got picked up by Sirius, and it used to be like a magazine size format, and then he made it down to a regular size. Had Joseph Michael Linsner do a cover for him for his new #1. Yeah, it's good stuff. He actually died of a sleep apnea. He got pneumonia, got real sick, and then died in his sleep.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm so glad I tried to pay attention. That's great.
It's a hard-hitting question.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so I guess I got a question. So you said you've got 6 books planned out. Is there more beyond that? Do you really feel like there's more beyond that, or is that going to be like the main chunk of this story?
I think I can write Sunsworn for the rest of my life. It's a huge universe with tons of potential stories to tell, and yeah, I mean, I've already got I've got history that nobody knows about that I can tell. There's future nobody knows about that we can talk about.
Awesome.
And just everything going on currently, like right now in the universe. There's I was wrestling around with probably 5 different ideas for what to do with the comic. Because there's tons of stories to tell, and there's a lot of things happening in between the novels as well. But I figured the first comic should probably contain the kind of the main characters of the story. So that's why we went this direction. But there's a ton of side characters too that kind of became more than side characters as I was writing the novel. So yeah, it's endless stories I got here.
Well, that's awesome. You get this whole universe in your head. Come on,
guys.
We
need to share one more surprise.
Ooh, we like surprises.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's another one that Katie and I were working on. We were originally kind of hoping to maybe even do 2 on this campaign, both of those books, but circumstances have it, didn't quite happen.
Yeah,
but
like doing 2 at a time. It was too much. So
yeah. And sometimes people are like, well, hang on. When they see somebody has like 2 campaigns out at the same time,
Well, no, we were going to put both books on one campaign.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So 2 different stories, one campaign. That would be interesting.
I probably still will try to do that in the future at some point.
All right.
But this we might actually attach to the next novel campaign and see how that works out.
Excellent.
Depending.
Give you something visual to attach. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I do plan to do a visual companion with every novel, or every novel campaign as well. So I don't see people seem to like that, and I want to make it actually even better than the last one. I just kind of want to improve the quality and what you're getting, presentation, every single campaign. We just want to up the game.
I mean, then that's what we should all be about. Making sure we're putting out the best we can, and making sure that we're working towards being better with each product that we put, because if we're not, then we're just kind of resting on our laurels. Like, nobody wants that. And I don't know, I kind of feel like as a creator, if you're doing that, if you're resting on your laurels, then you're not really excited about the story you're telling. You're not really, I don't know, in it to win it, for lack of a better term.
Yeah. Yeah, I absolutely agree. And that's why, our $1,000 first stretch goal was $1,000, but that wasn't really a stretch goal, right? That's just the funding mark. So at the funding mark, I just want to make sure everybody knows, like, you're getting top quality product. It's going to be the best paper. It's going to be perfect bound. It's, no staples, none of that nonsense. It's going to be just a great book, a great put together perfectly the way you want it, the way you're paying for it, right? Because I mean, we necessarily have to ask for high dollar amounts for these things because we're not big companies. We're doing this on our own, right. And that's what it takes. But if that's what we're going to ask, then we damn sure better turn out the quality that people are wanting and expecting.
Absolutely, 100% agree. Wolverine says the book looks sharp, guys.
Thank you.
I agree. I agree. It's going to be awesome. And so you'll have a collection of novels and a collection of trade paperbacks as well by the time this story is all said and done. And
yes.
Let's see. Where was it? Where did that go? Oh, God. That's horrible. Yeah. Yeah. It said you did the chat. Yeah. You guys are just hobble. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. Thank you so much for coming to hang out. Unless anybody's got any questions, unlike just not like Wolverine's questions, like actual questions about the campaign, I
don't know. His questions were good.
Yeah. Yeah, Brian said he tried to christen Vinny the Tank King, and it just never took off.
Okay. That's it. I'm sure Vinny is just heartbroken about that. I'm sure.
He has like a book. He has like a folder. Okay, so today I'm gonna use this nickname, and tomorrow I'm gonna use probably this one. It's like a collection.
Oh yeah, totally. He's like, I'll use the Boner King this day. I'll do Fulfillment King that day, and I'm not going to use Tank King. It's Boner King again, and I mean, I can just see it now, definitely.
Maybe he needs to grow, a little bit older into the Tank King, just a bit.
Well, I mean, what can you really do with a taint to justify that title, though?
Right? I mean, just drawing a bunch of splayed open people cameras. I mean, I don't even. How does one become? You know what? I don't actually want to know. I don't actually want to know because
you're gonna get surprised.
It's time to go. Thanks, everybody. Bye.